Hello there! Welcome back to Mickey Travels, and welcome back to another magical day. So, you're coming to Disneyland, but you have never been here before. You don't know what all the rides are here. You may have only been to Disney World before, or you may not have been to any Disney park before, so you don't really know what to expect when you get here. Or you just want a refresher. It may have been a few years. Well, I'm here to help. I'm going to go through and show you guys all the different rides all throughout Disneyland. And buckle up, there are a bunch here. We may be a little park, but just because we're small doesn't mean we don't have a lot of attractions and rides. We have a ton. But come along, I will show you guys all the different rides that are here. Let's do it. Now let's start over here in Adventureland. And over here, you've got the Tiki Room, which isn't technically a ride, but it is a really cool attraction you should try out. Full animatronic show. It is a classic, the first one that Walt ever made that was like fully animatronic like that. Then there is the classic The Jungle Cruise, a slow-moving boat tour that goes across all these different animatronic animals and different landscapes with all the dad jokes you could ever want. And trust me, you're gonna want some dad jokes. They're so deliciously bad that you love them. At least I do. Then there's also Indiana Jones and the Forbidden Eye, a great dark ride slash thrill-ish ride that is a great adventure with Indiana Jones. So if you're a big fan of Indiana Jones, you definitely got to check out this one, for sure. And there is our walkthrough attraction, the Adventureland Treehouse. Not a full-on ride, but it is so cool to walk through, and they made this whole exhibit with it so you can see all the different ways that, you know, someone could have lived in this treehouse, and it's pretty awesome. Used to be the Swiss Family Robin's treehouse, then became Tarzan's treehouse, and now it's just the Adventureland treehouse. So you should definitely check it out while you're here. It's pretty cool. Now, Main Street, there's no true rides. Like, you've got the train that'll take you around the park, and it has multiple different places for you to stop. But I guess some people consider that a ride. I see it more as transportation around the park, but still very fun. But there is one attraction here as well, and that's going to be right at the very front of the park. It's either Great Moments or Mr. Lincoln, or it's A Magical Life, a story of Walt Disney. Depending on when you come, it might be a different show. They will start rotating it eventually, but as of making this video, right now it is exclusively the Walt Disney Show, where you can learn about the history of the man himself, Walt Disney, and they even have a Walt Disney animatronic. That'll be right here onto the right as soon as you pass under the train tracks. So yeah, it's definitely one to check out, especially if you're a Disney fan. Learn about the history of him. It is really cool. You don't want to miss that. All right, so here in Toontown, there is 3 major rides that you can do over here at this part of the park. You've got Gadget's Go Coaster, which is a fun, cute little family roller coaster. It's very short, great for first timers if they've never done a roller coaster before. You've also got Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. That's definitely something special. Roger Rabbit is not really in any other theme park anywhere around the world. So it's amazing we still have a Roger Rabbit ride. You go on a mission through Toontown, you see Roger, you see Jessica Rabbit, and all sorts of cartoon antics ensue. In fact, you drive the taxi cab and you can actually spin the cab around while the dark ride is moving. It's a lot of fun. But of course, the big ride that everybody comes here for is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Now, as far as lines go, Gadget's Go Coaster is usually not much of a wait at all, but Roger Rabbit can get bad. And of course, Mickey's Runaway Railway is almost always super busy. So if those are high priorities, make sure you lightning lane those or rope drop them or do something like that because they can get pretty crazy. Oh boy, and now we gotta talk Fantasyland. Okay, not gonna lie, I was a little wary about talking about this section because there are so many rides. All right, well, let's start at the beginning. We have Snow White's Enchanted Wish, a dark ride all about Snow White. It used to be Snow White's Scary Adventures, but that recently got changed. So not scary anymore. Then we have Pinocchio's Daring Journey, another dark ride, all about Pinocchio. Then we have Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, also a dark ride about Mr. Toad. Have you ever seen that short? Even though the ending has nothing to do with the movie. If you know, you know. We also have Peter Pan's Flight. If you guys are big fans of this ride, you gotta get here early. There is consistently at least a 45-minute to an hour wait for this ride all the time. Also over there, you have the Storybook Canal. It's a cute boat ride that you can go on and see all of these miniatures of different Disney castles and different landmarks that came from Disney films. They actually recently just added Rapunzel's in there. So if you guys are curious, check that out. It's a lot of fun. And yes, that is the one that goes through Monstro's mouth. So that's really cool. But if you don't want to go through Monsters now, maybe that makes a kid a little nervous. They don't want to do that, but they still want to see the miniatures. You can also go aboard Casey Jr., the train, and that just does a little roundabout throughout Fantasyland, and you can see a lot of the miniatures from the train. So nice alternative for that. Speaking of Casey Jr., right next to the train is Dumbo, the classic attraction that everybody knows and loves. I don't think I need to explain what this one is. Also, King Arthur's Carousel. It's a carousel. What else is there for me to say? There's also the Alice in Wonderland Dark Ride, which a lot of people forget is there because it is kind of tucked away back there, but I promise you, it is there. Then also we have the Mad Tea Party, the classic teacups that everybody knows and loves. And then of course, one of the biggest classics of all, It's a Small World. Now, if you've only done the Small World over at Disney World, you may think that this ride isn't worth your time, but I'm telling you, Disneyland is different. It's a little bit bigger. We put a lot of hidden characters in there. It's really something special. You absolutely got to check it out. And last but certainly not least, we also have the Matterhorn, which is a bobsled-like roller coaster ride in the mountain. Now, if you're really sensitive to like rides jerking you around, you may want to be careful with this one because it can get a little bumpy and a little rough around the edges, but still a very fun ride. Like no other Disney ride bothers me as far as that, and even then, Matterhorn's not that bad, but it is the only ride in Disney that has left me going like, okay, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow from that one. And I believe that's all the rides. Let me double check my list. Got them all, yes. I thought for sure I missed one, and I didn't.
And here at Batu, there are rides as well. Yes.
Yes, here at Batu, we've got 2 rides for you guys. We have Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which is a ride where you will pilot the Millennium Falcon to go get coaxium for Hondo Onaka. Yes, my friends, we'll make sure to get the coaxium for Hondo. So it's a virtual ship ride where everybody will be assigned a different task. Either you are a pilot, a gunner, or an engineer. The pilot, of course, pilots the ship, and you do pilot the virtual ship. There's the gunner who will then fire the cannons when need be. And then there's the engineer who will grab the coaxium by pressing a button, and then they also have to press buttons to fix the ship because the pilot will inevitably run into things. I've never been on this ride and the pilot not hit something. Then the big ride here is Rise of the Resistance, which is such a unique ride. The ride is like, it starts before you even get on the ride. It's very immersive, feels like you're stepping into the movie of Star Wars. It's kind of one of those things I can't tell you that much about, it's just an experience. Just know the really young ones will probably be scared by it, but I'd probably say 7 and up would have a fantastic time. It is a dark ride, but it has a lot of elements that are extremely immersive and makes you feel like you're literally walking onto the set of Star Wars, which is really exciting. But when you come, be ready to say, hello there, to a galaxy far, far away, which is not as far as you might think, because it's here. Okay, I'm done. I made the joke. Phew-wee! Now we're here in Frontierland. And in Frontierland, well, there's really only one ride. But this ride is so awesome. It's cool being the only ride in the land, because it's the wildest ride in the wilderness. That's right. I'm talking about Big Thunder Mountain. It is a fantastic roller coaster. If you've never gone on it, you absolutely need to. It is so much fun. Also, if you're gonna ride Big Thunder and thrills are your thing, make sure to sit in the back. The front of the car is pretty fun, but the back is where you're gonna get the most thrills. And like I said, it is the wildest ride in the wilderness, so hold on to your hats. It is a wild ride. But if roller coasters aren't really your thing, you still can do something else. There are the river boats that you can go on next to the rivers of America, and they do start over in Frontierland. And I guess they're technically a ride. You're getting on a form of transportation and it's moving you. It's just not a theme park ride, you know what I mean? But still fun, very relaxing, and you get to see all the stuff on the rivers of America, which is really cool. So if you haven't done that, you should do it at least once. It's pretty cool. Yeah! Now over here in Bayou Country, you've got 2 great rides for you to check out when you're here. Of course, we have the Winnie the Pooh ride. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's a great dark ride that goes through the events of the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the original film from the 60s. And it is definitely a cute dark ride that you gotta check out if you never have. And also, we have Tiana's Bayou Adventure, formerly known as Splash Mountain, which is here. So if log flume rides are your thing, you definitely gotta come by Bayou Country. Ooh, yeah, that'll be right now. Tell them Ray the Firefly sent you. Ooh, doggy. Aye, if you be coming to New Orleans Square, you'll be getting some of the most classic dark rides that the park has to offer. Between Pirates of the Caribbean and, of course, the Haunted Mansion. Yeah, so these are two of the most popular rides in the park. Yeah, they're definitely going to be a little more up there in the wait times. They're usually not too bad just because they are so classic. Most people have ridden them a bajillion times, and they can get a lot of people on really quick. So the lines are usually not too bad, but sometimes they can get nuts, especially whenever Haunted Mansion becomes Nightmare Before Christmas during the holidays. Yeah, it can get real busy at that point. But yeah, New Orleans Square is the place to go if you want the real classic dark rides. Now over at Tomorrowland, you have quite a few rides that you get to go check out. First is Star Tours, which is all about Star Wars. It's like a moving screen ride as you go on a crazy mission with C-3PO. You don't know what planet you're gonna go to. They have about maybe 12 that they rotate between, and they cover all the different movies, plus a couple of the Disney Plus shows. So if you're a big Star Wars fan, this is definitely one to check out. Also, there's Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, which is a great moving video game. You have a little blaster and you're trying to get all the different Zerg symbols and try to rack up the highest scores you possibly can. It's like playing a video game, but you're on a ride. I love those. There's also Astro Orbiter, which is basically one of the spinner rides. So it's basically Dumbo, but instead of a flying elephant, you have a flying spaceship. So it makes more sense. Also, there is the one, the only Space Mountain. Yes, the indoor roller coaster, which is one of my personal favorite rides. Oh, it is so much fun. If you are a thrill seeker, this is a must-do. So good. And if you've done Disney Worlds thinking, oh, you know, I've done Disney Worlds, I don't need to do Disneyland's, ours is totally different. Disney Worlds is actually based off the Matterhorn track, and Space Mountain here is a completely different track, its own original music. You gotta try it. I think it's way better than World, but that's just my personal humble opinion. There's also Autopia, where you can drive around a little go-kart. It's a great one for the kids. They may not be able to drive a car yet, but they can drive a car over at Autopia. Then there's also Finding Nemo's Submarine Voyage. This one is a fun ride. It's cute. You get to go into the submarine and you get to see the story of Finding Nemo unfold before you, but word of the warning, if you are claustrophobic, this may not be the best ride for you. You have to go into the submarine. It is very cramped. It is small. You're looking at everything through a little window. I don't get claustrophobic, but even then I'm sitting there going, this is a little close for comfort. Just as a heads up, if claustrophobia is your thing, this may not be the ride for you, but if you're not, it's definitely one to check out. It's really fun. All right, so we made it through all of them. I hope this helped, and I hope you are more ready and more excited for your Disneyland vacation. And if you're gonna book your Disney vacation, make sure you book it through Mickey Travels, whether it's Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise, you name it. If it's a Disney vacation, you need to book through Mickey Travels. They're a Disney exclusive travel agency with the best expertise that you can get. They're Diamond Award winning, which means even Disney is saying that's the best you're gonna get. And the coolest part of all is that they do this for no additional costs. They will handle your reservations, they will handle your hotels, they will handle everything you need with no additional charges. So let Mickey Travels handle the headache of planning the vacation. Why don't you just go enjoy and have fun with your family? That's what a vacation's supposed to be, right? So next time you book a trip, book it through Mickey Travels. And remember, Mickey Travels, making magic one vacation at a time. I'll see you guys later. Bye!